Hi guys, this is kind of I'm just doing a random video right now. Don't know what I'm gonna do, but basically, I'm just gonna show you some stuff I've been working on. Um, so let me load up my virtual machine, and basically, this is a virtual machine I've been working on. It's so far has 4 gigs of RAM and four processor cores. And so what I'm planning on doing is once it's installed, I'm going to lower it down to one core because I know macOS can run on one core, but I don't know if it can run on 512 megabytes RAM. And I want to try running Catalina, which is basically 10.15, and because I know 512 won't run Big Sur or Mojave. It may run Big Sur, but haven't tried it. But it won't run Mojave because Mojave is did I say Mojave? I meant to say Monterey. It won't run Monterey with the 512 megs. It will kind of with Big Sur. I'm not for sure. I haven't really tried it because I didn't. Because when I was trying it on an i5 65, I mean 6500, which is less than what I have now, and it has um lower turbo boost. So basically, um, because going over here is I have this one, which is a because I basically renewing virtual machines. So the gaming VM has 4 cores and 256 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. This machine, the server has 32 gigs RAM, four terabyte hard drives, and one terabyte SSD, and as the VM storage, and then a 256 for like OS drive, which is running Windows. And I've basically stripped Windows down so much that it it's barely using any processing power. Because let me show you. Because let's go here. Because this is just what's running, so it's only using 23% of RAM, and which is like 11 gigs. You can see, well, 7 gigs. So you see how much your RAM is being used. So I just leave available for the host 4 gigs out of 32 actually gigabytes RAM, so I can run the host properly as my NAS. And then I I modified the host where some hard drive letters don't appear under the OS, and the only drive that's gonna be that isn't going to be used as NAS storage is the 1 4 terabyte hard drive that I was using as my VM storage, because of I put the SSD in there just to speed to get faster IOPS, and also free up the 4 terabyte hard drive that I'm going to then put a VDF file as a virtual disk, and then use that as my time machine backup, and just have an SSD as the and just have the SSD as the main storage for the boot drive, and just give the hard drive itself as a backup drive for time machine for the Mac I'm working on now, and the Mac that's right next to it in a rack. And it Time Machine doesn't work on other computer I have. Sorry about that, I'm a little tired. So, and as you see, it's not using much of the CPU. I mean, it's not using much of the C drive. Let's see. And if we go back over here, it uses GPU. This uses GPU because it doesn't do full GPU pass through, but it does do partial pass through. And the only other thing that's running on this host is AirPrint for printing to my Macs because it has a printer hooked up to it there. And then the one thing you see over here that's called host. This is a Windows VM that is running XAMPP or LAMP stack server and also qBittorrent. So qBittorrent I can access from an IP address on another computer. Same with LAMP stack. LAMP stack is hosting my my dashboard. And then the gaming server is basically, the gaming is just my Steam machine that runs my Steam games. And so normally the only two VMs that'll be running 24/7 is this one, which is the dashboard, and then the Time Machine backup. And the one that will get occasionally turned on, which is this one, which is my gaming machine. And I can turn it off from right down here. In the video I showed you how to do it wirelessly. And I mean remotely. And then I run two other VMs. I'm gonna be running a couple other VMs, like for example, I'm gonna give this. Because this is running 4. I'm gonna give another VM 6, and then another VM 6, and then one testing machine for Linux. And I'm just gonna give that one the bare minimum one. And yeah, I hope that helps. You figure out this. So I was just doing this while this was basically almost finished. So I'm gonna show you how to set up a Time Machine backup once I get this set up. So I'm just gonna pause right here. Okay, so basically Mac OS is booting, and as you can see, it's booting up super fast. This is with an actual what's it called? I don't know what it's called. An SSD. Yeah, SSD. So yeah, it gets started fast, and if this turns out well, then I know I actually have a fast virtual machine I can actually use for other stuff. Cause I wasn't running because of I tried Mac OS on an SSD. It was the OS drive, but that was trying to do Windows, and also it was DRAM. It was a Western Digital SSD, which is a bit slower than the SSD I got in here. There you go. So first you gotta set up the virtual. First you gotta set a virtual machine. I'm gonna do now. So yeah, that just was cattling itself. So basically, connects. You can transfer stuff here and log into your Apple ID. I'm doing none of that because I don't need it. But we're just getting through this to show you what you need. So I'm gonna call this go to house, and now I'm gonna type it in. So yeah, so I'm just setting it up. Just going through this real quick. If you want to use any of this stuff, if you're using this as an actual Mac, so just as a fair warning, Siri doesn't work mostly. It works somewhat as long as you have a decent mic. And Air, I mean Apple, um, Apple iMessages and FaceTime works, but if you're trying to record with like OBS with this, it doesn't work because 3D acceleration doesn't really work. You can use hardware acceleration, but it turns out messed up. And if you add a webcam to OBS, there's an issue with there. So now, what I do is, I just remove everything from the dock I don't need. I only keep a couple things. I keep the web browser here just in case I need to do some web browser searching on here. And that's how I get that done like that. Then I go to settings, system preferences. Then I set power usage. Then I set energy savings up to this. Don't put hard drive to sleep since it's an SSD. And then let me just show you sounds while I'm here, because if you go sounds, it only shows headphone, line out, digital out. And that's not thing. I go to here and change. I go to here and mouse, and then I change to scrolling direction, natural, and then I put fast so I can basically get fast tracking. And then after that, I go to wallpaper, go to screensaver, I set the screensaver to never. For desktop, I change the color to black, and then I go back and I go to dock, put it to the left. I disable this, and that. Using scale. And then I go to here, which is the user. I go to here. Type in the password. Okay, that's good. So now after that, you just want to make sure everything is saved. So you go to here, shut down, uncheck this, and shut down. And now go to edit. I always remove this once I'm done installing. And now after that, oh yeah, you gotta go here and then go to add, and now you add a hard drive. Make sure you have a free hard drive. Click on hard drive. So I've tested many ways, so you want to pick SATA, not IDE, unless the specific OS calls for it, or NVMe unless you're running an NVMe SSD. So right here, so you can use existing virtual disk if you already have one made. Physical disk really doesn't work because of if you're formatting it on Mac OS, and it'll say corrupt, and it'll basically keep just adding itself. No matter what you do, it keeps corrupting, saying it doesn't work, and that's because of with Mac OS. Because if you're doing this on Windows, it uses MDR, which is the regular Windows operating system storage format, unless you're using more than 4 terabytes, which means you're using GPT. And so in Mac OS, if you're using Windows virtual machine software, and then Mac OS VM, it has to be converted into GPT, and then and since Windows is MDR, you pretty much have an issue where it basically would corrupt itself because it's trying to see two different things. So you create a new virtual disk, and then I'm going to give it 3. I think it's, let's see. I don't remember the size. I'm just gonna give it 3 terabytes, so 332. So that'll leave 40 gigs just for anything extra. 3,200. And so we're gonna then go put it onto, if we go up here, I think it's G, so you basically type in G colon, and this is where it's going to be saying, because it's invisible to the OS. So press save, creating disk. This is going to take a little bit of time, so I'm going to pause. Okay, so since this is going to take a little bit of time to create 3 terabyte disk, but once you create the 3 terabyte disk, you format it in disk utilities and you select the drive, name it what you want, and then after that you basically go to where you want. I'll show you an example with this computer here. So you go here, for example. I put mine here on the main drive. You will put it onto your virtual file. Press file, create, new, and then you basically put, for example, I'm gonna name mine Time Machine. So Time Machine. You name yours whatever you want. I'm naming my Time Machine because of it's gonna be Time Machine backup. So, and I want it to show up as Time Machine. So basically, after that, you go to System Preferences. Then you go to where it says Sharing, and then under Sharing, you basically press File Sharing and activate that. Okay. Once you activate that, you go to here, press the file, and add your folder. For example, I'll do it right here. Okay, so you go here. You go to, I'm not going to delete that because I actually want to use that. So basically, you go here. But normally, what you want to do is delete the folder just to make sure that one this was the one that shows up. Then you go to the folder you saved it to or the drive, and if it's the drive, it would be right in here with locations. So since I saved it here for just this part of the video, you click here, and then you click here and press add. And so it's the Time Machine backup. And so when you right click here, press advanced options, you go here and make sure this is checked. I check this to limit what I want to do. So If I have 2 extra terabytes, I give it 1,900 terabytes, which is 1.9 gigabytes. 1 terabyte, 1.9 terabytes, or less than 2 terabytes. And if it's 3, I'll give it 228, just so not overloading the virtual machine with that amount of data. Then you press OK. After you press OK, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna say 1 gigabyte is the capacity, because I'm just gonna get rid of after that. So after that, you go to where it says time machine. Go open time machine preferences. Make sure this is set right here. Make sure that's set right there. And I'll select disk. And when you select it, your time machine backup will be there. Mine is right here. This isn't my time machine backup. This is from the older install I had. I ended up deleting that because I just going to reinstall it from scratch, which I'm doing now. And once you have time machine set up, you can have it scheduled backups, and so you're running time machine backups on a Windows PC without using a sparse bundle. Well, you're still using a sparse bundle, but it's more of the fact that it's set up by itself with just a couple clicks. So I will show you once I actually once this actually installs, but I don't know if it's finished. So yeah, as you see, this is gonna take a while. So yeah, I hope you like that.